With the announcement of RWBY Arrowfell coming in 2022, I wanted to go over some of the new characters that were introduced through the trailer, I guess is what it's called. And I wanted to just discuss what my thoughts on their appearances are and how I think that they'll play out, and just what I like about their character design, and just overall what I like about the characters and what I'm looking forward to in the game. So before I get into that, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, hit that big red subscribe button for more content like this, and let's get right into the video. Now, RWBY Arrowfell is a Metroidvania sort of game that's 2D, and we're going to see some really cool concept designs and really cool fighting, in the sense that it's just overall going to be really badass and going to try to stick to the way RWBY works. But we're not here to talk about that. Today I want to talk about the 4 villains, is what I'm going to guess they're going to be, that were introduced in the RWBY Arrowfell trailer, and just talk about their appearance, talk about what I think about them, and talk about which one's my favorite, which is going to be the last one we talk about. So first, let's get into the leader of Team BRIR, Bianca. Now, Bianca's design is actually really cool. I like the, kind of, I would guess it's face paint or a birthmark of some kind that's on her cheek. I really like that. Overall, she's got a really nice design. I do like the color scheme. Her overall just color scheme's really nice. It blends well together. I like the look of her hair. Now, I do think that she's definitely going to be like this standoffish, kind of tomboy-ish character that's like really bossy, kind of like Coco Adele. And in that sense, I think that she's going to end up being my second favorite out of them, because I don't think any of them are going to pass my favorite one, because the design's just super cool and I really love it, but we'll get into that later. I do really love Bianca's design, and currently she's probably my third favorite design out of the Team BRIR. I really like all of their designs, if I'm being completely honest, but overall, Bianca's probably got the coolest design in my opinion, just not my favorite. I think she's going to be a really strong fighter, probably the one that like steps up and leads Team BRIR and like tells them what to do, obviously, since she's the leader. But she does seem like she's going to be like the main villain out of the 4. So hopefully that's the case, because that'd be really cool just to see her and get her showcased as a villain. And that'd be a really interesting way to introduce Bianca and Team BRIR into the fray. And yeah, that's something I would enjoy, is Bianca being like this big badass leader that's like the main villain. And then the other 3 would obviously be like dangerous and stuff, but like not as dangerous as Bianca, because Bianca's the leader. Typically the strongest is the leader, but you never know. She could just be named the leader from whatever school she went from, because we know the Team BRIR is not from Atlas. But anyways, let's move on to the next character. Alright, so the next character we're going to cover is Rowan, who definitely has my second favorite design, and I actually really like her design overall. She seems like she uses a flamethrower when she's fighting. I can't really tell exactly what it is, but that's what it looks like to me. I couldn't really tell you exactly what it is. I mean, it could just be like a cannon, but I would personally guess that it's like a flamethrower of some sort with kind of a club on her arm, because it is spiked. I can't really tell exactly what it is, like I said. But I really like her hair color and the like spike, I don't know what to call them. I'd say maybe like chokers that she put in her hair, but I don't know if that's the right word. And I like the way that she's got her hair done. I like her overall design. She seems like the cool, calm badass of the group that just knows what to do and when to do it. So I don't know, she seems like probably the one that's going to formulate the most plans, like kind of like the strategist, but also she's going to be a legitimate strategist, unlike Jean, who is supposed to be a strategist but then doesn't come up with the strategies. I don't know. She kind of seems like she's going to be a legitimate strategist for Team BRIR, and just overall who's going to be like the most useful out of the group. So you never know. I would personally guess that she's going to be a really close range fighter who's mainly focused on keeping their opponents distracted, is what I'm going to say, so that maybe if they have a long range fighter that they'll be able to just pick off their opponents one by one. But I don't know, I really enjoy Rowan's design, and I can't wait to see more of all of these characters, and I do want to see more of specifically Rowan and my favorite one that we'll talk later on about. But yeah, Rowan's probably my second favorite. I really love her design overall. Just they all have really cool designs, to be fair, but overall I really love her design. Alright, so the next character I want to talk about is Ivy. Now, she's probably my least favorite design just because we haven't seen much of her design. I do really love her design overall, though. We don't know what type of weapon she uses, but if I had to guess, I would guess she's probably a long distance-ish fighter, which would be really cool because that would mean that the 3 close range fighters could really benefit from having a long range fighter, kind of like Team Bronze. But these guys would obviously be a lot better than Team Bronze. Oh, rest in peace, Team Bronze, honestly. But I do really love the idea of like dark green for a character named Ivy because it just fits really well with the name and just overall with what they're going to do with the character, in my opinion. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with the character, but I would guess that she kind of fights long range. Maybe she can manipulate plants with her semblance or something due to her name being Ivy. You never know. I personally would love to see her be able to somehow manipulate plants, but that might fall more along the lines of magic. So I don't know how that would work out. Ivy does seem like a really cool character. She definitely seems kind of like the most standoffish of the group, the most antisocial, probably the one that doesn't really interact with the other 3 as much as those 3 interact with each other. I would guess that she's probably the one that's least attached to the group and just overall would rather not be there, but is there just because why not? She's known them long enough that she's gonna stick around. That's the kind of vibes I get from her, and she definitely seems like she would be, again, a long range fighter, but we don't know what her weapon is. We don't know anything about her besides her appearance and that she's from outside of Atlas. So I would personally guess that she's a long range fighter and that she probably doesn't want to be there as much as the other 3. And I don't know, I do really enjoy her design. The more I'm looking at it as I record this, I think I might like her more than Bianca, but I'm not sure yet. I do really, really like this design if I'm being 100% honest. But with that said, let's get on to my favorite design. And I think most people's favorite design because she's the favorite out of all of them from what I can tell. I might be confused when I talk about that, but from what I can see from all the Instagram pages I follow, she definitely seems like she's the favorite of all of them, so let's just get right into talking about her. Alright, so my favorite overall design out of all of Team BRIR is 100% Ruda. Now, I don't know why I feel like she's just the best overall design, but I do really like her. She kind of gives me Kim Possible vibes mixed with Naruto vibes, if you guys can see that, because she's got the goggles like Naruto when he's first introduced, and she's got the color scheme of Kim Possible, and I actually really enjoy this design overall, and it's probably going to stay my favorite design, and she'll probably be my favorite character out of Team BRIR, no matter what her personality is and what her fight style is. But by far the coolest thing about her, in my opinion, is 100% her weapons. She's got freaking drills on her hands. She's going to fight Yang with drills. That's gonna be super cool to see, and I can't wait to see how she fights. And I'm really hoping that she's not the first villain to be beaten and arrested or whatever. And I hope that eventually we get to see these 4 inside of RWBY the actual show, because that would be super cool. We don't know what happened after RWBY Arrowfell, because we do know that it takes place in between Volume 7 and 8, I believe. If not, then it takes place strictly during Volume 7. I don't know for sure. I'd have to do a little more research into it, but yeah. Ruda is by far my favorite design out of all of the characters. She definitely seems like the most social, the one that's kind of like over. She's got too much energy. Like, she really reminds me of Naruto mixed with Kim Possible. The kind of like really intelligent, but also overly rambunctious kind of person. And so she's got like the rambunctiousness from Naruto plus the intelligence of Kim Possible if you mesh it all together. And I don't know, I really enjoy her design. I really like the color scheme. Really just overall love what she looks like in general. And she's definitely my favorite design from Team BRIR so far. And I can't wait to see what they look like in the actual game, in the cutscenes, and how they fight, and just overall what they look like. Because that is going to be sick. But a little prediction here. I am not 100% sure on this, but we know that Team BRIR overall comes from outside of Atlas. So I would personally guess, and again, this is just a guess, I would personally guess they look like they would be from Vacuo. And that would be amazing. Okay, I would really love to see that they were from Vacuo and to learn more about Vacuo from them before we get too much exposition into Vacuo. Obviously, we're going to be seeing it in Volume 9, but could we see these 4 in Volume 9? That'd be really interesting and really cool. I'm hoping that they don't like get killed in RWBY Arrowfell, because I really love all of their designs and I want to see more of them, especially in the actual show. And overall, I do really like their designs. But let me know what you guys think about their designs. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Which one's your favorite? And that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, hit that big red subscribe button for more content like this, and go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting. And again, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.